Hey, welcome back to Hamstermind and the pyramid full of puzzles of Caraon. After posting the second video on this game, I got some comments back, providing some very good ideas about what to do next. I have to thank in particular a user fulldeck 2430 and user SK from Russia with love for providing the main ideas that I'm going to explore right away. The Escape from Russia with Love provided less of an idea and more of a correction. My calculation of the maximum value for the hieroglyphic was wrong. I did say that the maximum value was 101,336, if I remember right. There's actually a possible value of 101,725, which I suspect is going to be the real answer to this one. That's it. So while my approach was correct, I think I had these two numbers the wrong way around. You probably cannot imagine how mad it makes me to get some math wrong. Okay, then full deck 2430 provides some ideas for this one. He did mention how these three spaces resemble the safe slots, and the clue we have is explore other dimensions. So very likely, I'm almost certain this is going to be correct. We need to go back to the main menu. And take a look in the B and C slots. And that's it. Second number is 12. And now we do the same for the third one. 25. 19, 12, 25. This one. 19, 12, 25. Why is there a number on the hat? That's like a 1. Is that just the Vivre card for Ace? Or is that a clue? Are there numbers in the other uniforms, whatever you want to call them? Yes, there are. That's an 89. 9. 9, 89, 1. What about the default one? I don't see one here. Probably the solution for another of those Scarab sarcophagi? Now, the most interesting part, the most interesting suggestion from full deck 2430 is this. And the more I've thought about it, the more likely I think this is right. There are 5 streams of light pushed upwards from the chamber of light. But there's only one reaching the chest. So the question is, are there spaces? And there are spaces. And that's the second ray. Yeah. Eureka, let there be light. How did I not see this when I was... You didn't see this, because I'm now up to almost 8 hours of playtime here. I did a lot of experimentation and exploration after getting to the chest. So how is it that I didn't see at any moment these extra rays of light? Well, irrelevant now. Almost there. That's it, 5 rays. We have 4 already. Wait. That's it. This was almost in the right configuration already. Why is there a light missing here? I picked this light. What? What's that? That has to be the last one. I need to place this correctly first. Five rays. I have 2 rays here, so the one that doesn't have an entrance. Okay, it should be easy, I think. This has changed nothing. Can I still get here this way? Alright, so this has to be like this. But that means I need to undo. I feel I'm going in circles here. My brain is not braining. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. Goes there. That goes there, finally. We have see in this one. Hopefully this is not gonna be as complicated. It is not that complicated. That's the 5 rays. What will that chest contain? Will it contain innumerable riches? Will it contain the friends who made along the way? Maybe it will contain a puzzle. Maybe it will contain the One Piece. I'm doing terribly at this puzzle. There, finally. Alright, it is treasure time, hopefully. Everyone has gone. What's going on, clown? Why can't I claim my wish? And where are my friends? Did you really think I'd give you a wish so easily? But I've uncovered the secret of the pyramid and solved your puzzles. My puzzles, yes, but you haven't defeated me, the great Caraon. I challenge you to a duel, Jones. Unlimited cosmic power. Crown, what are we doing here? Challenge you to a battle of wits, Jones. You can't run away. Where are my friends? If you want to see them again, you'll have to face me. Get ready. This game layout reminds me of something. I might have some notes in my journal. Yeah. Catsparov. Here, great Garfield Catsparov. Bring your three pieces to the other side. You must move one of your pieces to an adjacent orthogonal empty space. If you can move, your turn is skipped. Haha, now you're blocked. My victory crown. Yippee! It's done, Caron. I solved the puzzles of your pyramid and defeated you in a duel. Now give me the treasure, give me the wish. Maybe you're right, Jones. I tried everything with you, but nothing worked. Then admit it. You've lost. My wish is vital. I must have it. I kept this chest sealed for millennia, and despite all my efforts, I couldn't protect it. Yeah, whatever riddle you put in my path, I'll always solve it. So this is really the end. It's alright, Crown. I love your pyramid, and all good things must come to an end. Huh? But... you really thought I was sincere. I'll hide in a place where you'll never find me, and I'll take the chest with me. That's a sore loser. Okay, so that's another number.
If you think that you have won, I must warn you 'cause you are wrong. So here's a little song to remind you who the smartest.
That doesn't rhyme.
You're jealous in my mind. I haven't been smarter all this time. You thought that you would shine, but all you did was fail in this quest. See, Jones, that's an ACPC rhyme. You think you know everything, but no. You are the dumbest being of all times. You can't even fly, well me, I can fly, because I have wings. 22 steps ahead of you, 22 tricks, always do 22 reasons I am the best, 22 ways to mock your tiny quest.
Feels like 22 is your favorite number.
Of course, it's my favorite number, duh. Hidden in plain sight, right nearby, ignored by fools who never try. The cake may be alive, but no one doubts the FBI. You'll never find.
I did find the LVI.
I broke the only thing that could guide you. Everything's perfect, everything's fine. Now I sleep in of the rhyme. We pop the world if
Alright. Since there are several dedicated to the memory of my father, whose humor and good spirits inspired the soul of this adventure, Joseph Buscao. That's lovely. All right. Caron, you're not going to get the best of me. I promise you that. Finally, the boots. You retrieved the boots you found earlier. Dr. Hamstein has completely repaired them. What could they be used for? What can you tell, Dr. Hamstein? Hamster, I finished repairing those boots. You can finally use them. Yeah, awesome. Use them for what exactly? No idea what they're for. I'm sure you'll figure it out. By the way, Chris found another crack. Again, that Chris is unbelievable. Thanks again, Dr. Hamstein. Another crack, okay. What about you? Oh, Anne-Marie, I'm so happy to see you again. I thought Caron had hurt you. Not at all. He just asked us to hide during his little challenge. Well, he did say he'd erase us from existence if we didn't obey, but other than that, he didn't do anything to us. Classic Caron. Now I'll have to search everywhere for him. We have the boots here. Magnetic boots. Let's find Chris, I guess. I also need to go back and look at that 56 number. Chris, there was a crack here? I didn't see it. That's normal, boss. The tremors from Caron caused it. Incredible, Chris. Nothing escapes you, not even cracks that just appeared. Thanks, boss. Launching the Insectodrone. What do we have? 7 clockwise, 7 anti-clockwise. You coming with me? Let's go explore. Same as always. A door with many keys. Omega. Ascend with a space. Press F. And the Ponyglyphs. You need 5 keys to open this door. Yeah, I noticed there are 5 locks. And you have something more useful to tell me, please. Press F or L1 to flip connection failure. Wherever there is a poneglyph, you get the omega. The omega sign. Is that because there is a poneglyph? Yeah, it has to be. But what do you have to say to me? Oh. That's it. The poneglyphs were right. That's what they were telling me. That you can turn the room and there is a key there. So that's what that means. So now we have to find the 5 keys. So that's 5 gears. Let's go to the chamber with the locked door. What will we find behind the door? It's already open. What are we gonna find? Secret wing E1. We are now in the plumbing of the pyramid. Okay. What's going on with the scarabs? We have a new symbol, the spider. Now, how difficult is the puzzle here? No tricks, just straight puzzle. That is refreshing at this point. That's one. And the second one. What's this? There is a secret room in a room with an arrow made of stones. Have we seen this room before? If we have, I haven't realized it. And here we have the stars. So stars are, according to the journal, dummy reversi. Dummy reversi means two things to me. Mainly, it is an attack in the manga series One Piece, where you get inverted. And I kind of, because of the manga too, related to the traditional board game Othello, where you capture pieces and go from white to black and vice versa. What could that mean here? We have an S, we have an arc, and we have a line, and the line has to be on the right. Now, the arc has a star. What could that mean? Maybe it means that it behaves as a different piece. Maybe it behaves as a line, as an S, or as a square. No? I'm gonna try with different numbers. It's very likely that this is a symbol that has an effect on the other symbols too. So, for example, let's follow that thought. Maybe it makes the symbols it touches behave as if they were the symbol it is in. So instead of an S, you have another arc. No. Let's see if it affects the position. No, no, and no. Dummy reversi. That's not a huge clue, really. Let me reverse it. There are stars in the Houdini show. Let me reverse it. Could it be that it behaves as all the other figures? We have one S and one line, and then the arc behaves as a line, as an S, and as a square. No, it's not that. Let me reverse it. It is ignored, maybe? No. What could be the meaning of a dummy reverse here? Maybe it fills everything with dummy reverse. Could it mean reverse as in flipped? So the arrow actually needs to be on the left. Ah. If so, then the S on the left, arrow on the left, and the other one doesn't matter. The other one on the right. So it's not that. It only reverses one, the first one it touches. Okay, so it reverses the S. So the S cannot be on the left. So let's say it goes here. And this still goes to the right. It reverses the first empty because it's an empty star. So this goes on the left and this is still valid. The arc reverses itself probably, so it needs to go down. The S is therefore not reversed, so it needs to go right. And the line is not reversed and it needs to go right. No. The S is also reversed. So I guess it's the number of intersections between the star and the symbol it reverses, which is consistent with the circle. And we have a circle here. So how is that going to work? Let's see. It is a filled-in star. I'm going to assume that means that it only reverses filled-in symbols. So the arc is fine. The S is fine, but it needs to be to the right. Also, it touches two other symbols. And then the line needs to be at the top because the empty arrow is not reversed. But it needs to not be on the left because the other arrow is reversed. So I'm going to put it here. We have an arc without any values. We have an S that cannot be on the left, but is reversed. I have the mouse. I don't have the mouse. So the emptiest, the filled-in star is 1, 2, 3, 4 away from the circle, 1, 2, 3 away from the triangle. It will then only affect the triangle. Let's find out. If it affects the triangle, then the S cannot be on the right, so let's put that in the middle. And then we have a square that needs to be on the left, and it has an empty circle. So how many other pieces it touches? 2. But it also has a filled-in circle, which is the maximum number of intersections until another symbol. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, which would mean a total of 9. Could it be that the circle is also reversed? And if that's the case, what does it mean for the circle to be reversed? I don't see this one. Let me take a look at my notebook. So the star reversed the triangle. Here, the star reversed only the triangle that was closest to it. Here, the star reversed. Let's take a look at that. Let's play this one again. This would be with no reversions now. Is it affecting only the line? Yes, it is affecting only the line, even though the fielding is closer. So the empty star does not affect the filled-in symbols. Here it affects the two triangles that are one intersection away, so it only affects the closest ones. So the filled-in star only affects the filled-in circle, which means that this is here, this can go anywhere, and the S just doesn't have to go to the left, so it can go here. The filled-in circle, the empty circle, is it the number towards until it finds another empty? The square has an empty circle. The empty circle is going to count 3 intersections. And now it has a filled-in circle. Also, this should be on the left because of the arrow. It has a filled-in circle. The filled-in circle normally would count intersections until it gets to the farthest symbol. However, the star is dummy reversing the filled-in circle. The only way I can think of reversing that description is that it counts to the closest, so the minimum, and that would be 1, which would be 1 more. That's still wrong. I don't know what the filled-in circle means. Because the arrow is reversed, it has to go to the left. Is that true? Oh, so it just doesn't have to fulfill the arrow. So this one has to be fulfilled. The other one doesn't have to be fulfilled. And the third one doesn't have to do anything. And it only affects empty arrows, but not filled-in arrows. So basically it makes empty arrows behave as filled-in arrows. And that would make much more sense as the effect of a dummy reverse, making the empty one, the white one, behave as the black one, and making the black one behave as the white one then. Which is what this is doing. Ah, okay, so I was trying to find out new, more complex rules when we know all the rules. Yes, has to be. So this fielding star is. Star goes to the closest one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the squares count as intersections. Then it would only affect the S arrow. But if the intersections count as intersections, the circle would add one more. No, not one, because the circle we know it goes via the longest route. So it would add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for a total of 10. Okay, so the angles of this square figure count as intersections. The star affects only the symbol which is closer. The circle, the filling circle, goes to the symbol that is farthest away. So what we have here is two circles, two squares. It has an empty circle, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is not affected by the empty star because the arrow is closer, and that circle gives a value of 2. The second square has an empty arrow to the bottom after dummy reverse. It has an empty circle that is not affected by dummy reverse that adds a value of 2. And it has a filled-in circle that gets dummy reversed into another empty circle, which increases the value to 4. Filled-in star goes to the closest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the dummy reverse star does not affect the filled-in triangle. I counted wrong. So in fact, this 4 cannot go at the bottom. It has to go anywhere else, and that works. Whew. That's 2 squares, 2 lines, an arc, and an S. Let's see. The empty star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the empty circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the empty arrow. So it affects both the empty circle on the S and the empty arrow on the other square. The filled-in star, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, affects both arrows in the line. So, from left to right, we have a square affected by nothing. We have an arc affected by nothing. We have a line affected by nothing. We have a line with two filled-in triangles that have been reversed into two empty triangles, which means that goes here. We have another square with a filled-in triangle towards the lowest row, so it doesn't go there, and with an empty circle that counts 3. Finally, we have an S that can go anywhere that has a filled-in circle, and the filled-in circle has to go as far as it can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. 12, 13. Okay, let me read this. Am I? Shortest path to another non-filled mini symbol. Inverse that symbol turns into a filled one. If 2 or more, they are all perfect. So now, this is what we have revealed. 3 new roads towards a final secret. I wanted to stop this. This feels more than enough for the next video, but now I want to try and solve the glyph in this camera. Let's see. First, what can you tell me? 4 solved already. Incredible. Some new data. What do we have now? That's for the numbers I found in the clothes. A1 is a 2, B1 is a 0, which makes sense of the A1, B1 being 20 or 02. C1 is a 6. And I solved this then. It looks difficult, but should be doable. Now, I'm gonna leave this for the beginning of the next video. And that's what they call a hook. So, if you want to see how I solve, or try to solve, or fail to solve that, come again in a few days, probably at some point next week, to see the next chapter in my exploration of that pyramid. 10 hours, 20 minutes, 159% completion. Thank you for watching. See you next time.